Sevens are wild. The Rangers defeat the Chicago Blackhawks 7-1 and have now won 7 straight. So the Rangers are now 18-10-5. They're really playing really good hockey. And now there's 2 more games before the Christmas break at Pittsburgh and home against the Islanders. So 2 big ones. Divisional matchups with teams that are close to the standings. I'd be feeling better about tonight. It sucks that Phil Chytil got hurt. Filip Chytil, who took a hit from Sam Lafferty, and I don't know. It seemed like it was a bit late and high, but and this was in the second period. This was early in the second period where Phil Chytil gets hurt, and he's had a look. It's hard for me to not think this is a concussion. He's had concussion issues lately. Like I don't know when we see him again. And he is such a key part to this lineup. I mean, he had a goal and assist immediately. And he scored his 8th goal of the year, had his 9th assist. Like, he's really coming along, and it just changes the look. Like, the Rangers had some nice lines. I know injuries happen, but Filip Chytil, he has been getting hurt a lot the last few years. And so at this, I think we can say, like, Filip Chytil is an injury-prone player. He is. The reasons for that we can dissect, but that sucks. So I want this to be, look, it should be positive. The Rangers won 7-1. A lot of good things happened in this game. I wouldn't say there was necessarily one standout tonight. It was just a good overall effort against a really bad Chicago Blackhawks team. Again, like, the Rangers could not lose this game. It was the only win that the Blackhawks had in the last fucking month it feels like, honestly. Really, it probably has been about, like, in the last month or so. And it was the last Ranger loss. That was the game where Trouba threw his helmet. And ever since that game, 7-game winning streak. So, but yeah, Chytil being hurt, like, and I wish there was a response, but, it would have been nice to get a pound of flesh when it came to Lafferty, but it doesn't change the fact, right? As much as you'd want it, like, what is it? It's good for team camaraderie, and, you should be defending your players, absolutely, but it's not going to make Filip Chytil return. So, this is just me guessing, but definitely expect Filip Chytil to be out the next 2 games, which sucks against Pittsburgh and the Islanders. At least the next 2 games. I really wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him for the rest of December, at least. I just think they might want to be cautious with this. It's a couple of concussions now in a short amount of time. I don't know. And it hurts. Like, I look at, like, the numbers, and, like, Filip Chytil's just been really, really solid. 8 goals, 9 assists in 25 games and a +10. Like, he's really coming along. And we've seen this before, but it feels even more pronounced now, where it's tough. And so hopefully this ends up not being terrible. He just didn't look so good coming off the ice. But forgetting about that, I was wrong about something in terms of I was certain that Ben Harper would be out of lineup and Hayek would come in. It didn't happen. I still expect to see that soon, though. Again, Ben Harper, like, I haven't been overly impressed with him. Trust me, I do not like Libor Hayek. But they're giving Harper a look. They are. And so he's been in there. And they probably do like having a bigger, theoretically more physical defenseman than Hayek with Schneider. Also, Julien Gauthier was out again. And that was a surprise, too. For me, and now look, that problem is basically going to be rectified now anyhow. With Filip Chytil out, you figure Barclay Goodrow moves to center. That's what it's going to be. And there will probably be a call-up. Who that will be, I guess it could be Ryan Carpenter. I don't really want it to be, but, like, that would seem to be the logical place to go. But the Rangers are now in a different spot. So in terms of all that, but if Chytil was healthy, I think I'd prefer having Gauthier in there over Blais. Yeah, sure, it kind of depends on the matchup, but I think I'd prefer Gauthier's speed. Sammy Blais is just not really giving you much of anything. He's just not. And it's too bad because, that he had a really rough injury that did a lot of damage to him. And, trading Buchnevich was tough enough as it is, and Blais just hasn't really done that much. But so the lineup was the same, and except for Igor. Igor was in the night, and Igor Shesterkin is really starting to come around. Really nice night for Igor. 29 saves, 30 shots. the stats are really steadily improving and getting more back to what you're kind of hoping for from him. But let's talk about how this game played out. And the Rangers, there was only a couple of penalties in this game. Pretty crazy. There was just 2. And the Rangers were 1 for 1 on there. 1 for 1 on the power play. And Chicago 0 for 1. Most of this game was played at even strength. The first period, Filip Chytil scores his 8th goal of the season from Lafreniere and Adam Fox. So Kidline gets it done there. Adam Fox was really good in this game. Fox, what did he end up with? 3 assists. 3 assists, a +4. Like, Fox was definitely a standout. And, the 3 stars of the game, they were Panarin, Fox, and Kakko. But yeah, it was one of those games where there wasn't, like, it was a well-rounded effort. But yeah, Chytil makes it 1-0. And then Ryan Lindgren takes a delay game penalty pretty soon thereafter, and the Rangers kill it off. Then it is a goal by Artemi Panarin against his former team, Chicago. So Panarin with goals in back-to-back games. His 8th goal from Fox and Trocheck. 2-0 Rangers. Then before the period's out, with less than a minute to go, really, the kid line, great play. Kakko scores his 8th goal of the season from Chytil and Lafreniere. So Phil Chytil with 2 points in that period. Alexis Lafreniere with 2 assists in that period. And nice to see Kakko score. So the Rangers take a 3-0 lead. We go to the second. And like I said, early in the second is where... Well, no, first it's the Blackhawk goal. Before the Chytil injury, I believe. Philip Kurashev scores his 4th of the year unassisted. I believe it went off of Trouba. It was an attempted pass to Jonathan Taves. I believe it goes off of Trouba and in. And the Rangers are now up 3-1. And at this point, Chytil gets hurt. There was a moment here where this game could have turned. Igor makes some nice saves, but it's a goal by Jacob Trouba. So Trouba scores in back-to-back games, but this one is not empty net. So this is really the first true goal by Jacob Trouba. And he scores past Soderblom, who had a rough night for the Blackhawks. Soderblom gives up 7 goals. Wasn't good for him. But Trouba scores from Zibanejad and Panarin, gives the Rangers a 4-1 lead. Then it's a penalty on Max Domi as he slashes Vinny Trocheck, and Trocheck makes him pay because he scores a power play goal. Trocheck's 11th goal of the season from Fox and Zibanejad gives the Rangers a 5-1 lead. And in the third period, Vitaly Kravtsov is on a breakaway and scores. Kravtsov scores his 2nd goal from Panarin. See, it's good to see, it's good. It does something when you have these players play with more skill, right? It's tough for Kravtsov on the 4th line, but Panarin sets him up for that goal. Lindgren gets an assist as well. 6-1 Rangers. And then it's Johnny Brodzinski's 1st goal of the season. Brodzinski scores on a shot by Schneider, and Kakko gets the other assist. So that is a 2-point night for Kakko. So 3 points for Panarin, Trocheck with a multi-point night, Zibanejad with a couple assists. Rangers win at 7-1. So really, the Rangers, sometimes they score a lot. I think this is the 3rd time they scored 7 goals this year. But now the Rangers, like I said, 2 key games at Pittsburgh, home against the Islanders. And you just got to keep it up. Like I always say, the Eastern Conference is very competitive. So as good as it's been, and it's been good, right? 7 in a row. Hopefully they can keep it going. Obviously, they're going to lose at some point. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's in one of these next 2 games, right? And with no Filip Chytil, that hurts a lot. And that's something definitely worth monitoring. And we'll see what it is. But I'd expect not a whole lot of information. And you just kind of hope that he comes out of it at some point. But yeah, that Lafferty hit really sucks. But Rangers win at 7-1, 7 wins in a row, 2 more games before the break, and hopefully they can continue to, close this out and, feel good about things. But, it's amazing how things have changed, right? Gerard Gallant, I had said that I don't think he should feel so comfortable. Well, now he probably does feel a lot more comfortable if he felt uncomfortable in the first place. So the Rangers, hopefully they can keep this up. Again, 7s are wild. 7-game winning streak, 7-1 win. Rangers, Blackhawks. And now they will head to Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins.